Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with another installment of The Sims 4 Earl Grey in Hot Water, a single father challenge, and of course I load this game and everybody goes to sleep. I was like, well, the kids are asleep, but we could focus on Earl, and he's like, nope, going to bed. Well, Hannah's home, and she is stanky, so we're going to have her take a bath, and then we'll have her go to sleep, so... Alrighty, well... when she's done taking a bath. So, oh, she's napping in the tub. All right, whatevs. I'm gonna float your boat, girl. So, we're starting this off really well, fast forwarding. Sunflower, yeah, Sunflower, no. Sunflower keeps calling us, that's why I'm losing my mind. Astrid, I think, has 5 days? Yeah, 4 or 5 days. No, now she's down to 4. Okay. So we just hit 4, so that means we probably have, like, 3 parts left, not including this one. Or actually including this one. So why is that just hovering there? We could potentially have 3 after this one. So we're down to 3 to 4, say. This could be the 3rd or the 4th. I am not 100% sure. It really just depends on what we get through. So that's it's kind of awesome because I'm kind of happy that we completed this, and I think we've done pretty well for ourselves here from what we started with. But it's also kind of a little sad because, I got used to playing this one, but I don't really have any goal in continuing this challenge. I know we could theoretically. It sounded like something was broken. Maybe I'm crazy. We could theoretically continue, but I don't really see the point. Like, what Astrid grows up, and I don't want to start another legacy. So I kind of feel like since this was just made to be a shorter challenge, or like a medium length, because I mean, if you think about it, I played this one on normal lifespan when I don't play anything on normal lifespan. So I'm sorry, I'm just like spinning around wildly. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, Earl, you get a little thick around the middle. And I don't mean really thick, I just mean wide. Like, you're still thin dude, but all of a sudden, instead of like, he just got like wider. Like, from this side, he still has like, he's still normal. But then when you go here, and it's like, he's like a big block. So funny. I mean, I guess that happens when you get older, maybe? Like, I mean, not everybody is like that, though. I mean, most people, yes, they do gain weight when they get older, but it's just kind of funny. So here, little Brooke, we're not going to see her as a teenager, but like I said, I mean, yes, now we're getting the Life in the City pack, or whatever the heck it's called. Get the hell out of here. Back, like, I don't know what it's going to be called. So, yeah, I was really hoping for university. We may never get it. I could theoretically do the challenge that I was thinking of, the university kind of idea. Without university, we would just get everybody jobs, and then those jobs would be like they were going to class or something, And it doesn't necessarily have to have been university. It was just, I think I explained this, the idea that I had kind of stemmed from a book about a school that was, and they were teenagers, of course, in the school. I just figured university would be better. We do like kind of a young adult thing, and it would be kind of interesting instead of doing teenagers, just because I wasn't planning on putting an adult in the house. And technically, I don't have to do that with teenagers, but I didn't want it to be like a runaway teen challenge type of a thing. You know what I mean? So I could consider it. I could consider it doing it. I mean, I did my ultimate university challenge with teenagers, and they weren't really in like university or anything, and I could theoretically just change it and do it with teenage Sims and make it shorter because it could be on normal lifespan, and then although I'm just doing a trailer park teens challenge, and I just feel like that's a lot of challenges back to back with teenagers, but I mean, I don't know. I could revamp it and rework it so it's something that I could do without university. It's just, it was kind of one of those, like, hey, if we get a university pack, at least I could do something with it, because otherwise I'd never really use university just because I don't know, the idea of like going to school with my Sims and doing all that is not really that fun to me. I've never enjoyed university, and this was a way for me to play a university type expansion pack and still have something fun with it. Because otherwise I probably wouldn't necessarily use it, I guess. Unless I started out a game with like a sim and I was like, okay, well, let's start with them in university and then go from there. But I don't know. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends. I don't necessarily have that idea fully worked out just because I figured I would work on it more if we got a university pack, which we're not right now. Doesn't mean we're not going to in the future. I mean, granted, I don't have high hopes the way The Sims is going with us getting anything that we're used to. And, you know, I know that there are people who are younger who don't understand it and keep saying, like, well, you can't expect getting everything the same because it's a different game. And it's like, no, you can, because we've had the same things in every version of The Sims, or they have increased what we've gotten and given us even better. We've always had some kind of a magic pack. You know, we had Making Magic in Sims 1. I don't even remember what the hell it was in Sims 2. It was Supernatural in Sims 3. There's always been a version. So you cannot at this point be like, oh, hey, well, it's The Sims, but we're going to totally change it, and it's going to be all about partying. Screw everything. Like, that's not The Sims. I'm sorry. I know you want to give us new stuff and different things and everything, and that's the point of each version of The Sims. You grow, you change a little. No. You know, some of the packs weren't the same. They added things, and maybe things we never got the bucking bronco that we used to have in The Sims 1. Never got that back. You know, I miss those. I really do miss that. That was fun. I remember having a giant house. It was really just a giant block. Was not good at building back then. And I remember having the bucking bronco in the middle of it, and that awesome light up dance floor, you know? So yeah, there are things that were not, like certain objects and certain things, and certain things change, but you can't completely erase everything that people have had. Like, completely take out toddlers and never add them back. I understand that it might be difficult to work with them and you had to kind of cut them, or the game never would. Honestly, the game never would have been released if you were still going to wait for toddlers for it to be released. And I understand that maybe, okay, it's proving more difficult to add them. Fine. I can understand that, but to just be like, oh, we're never going to do it just because we don't feel like it, that's completely stupid. Like, it's already annoying people if the whole point of not having toddlers is, okay, it's just proving extremely difficult and we're having a really hard time putting it in, and, you know, that's the problem. People are already annoyed. So if you were to turn around and say, like, screw you guys, who wants that? You're not here to play with life, you're here to play with partying and clubbing. That's, you know what I mean? Like, so I can't necessarily agree with some younger people who don't understand that, you know, people have come to expect a lot from The Sims, especially those people who have played it for a long period of time. And again, yes, I know other people will say, oh, maybe we're not the target demographic anymore. But the thing is there's a lot more people out there who have played The Sims since the beginning, whether it be Sims 1, maybe even started in Sims 2, that are used to certain things in the game and are expecting those to be back. Then there are people who are quote unquote new fans who are totally cool with just like the partying aspect, man. It's totally fun. Like, we get to go out to clubs and like join gatherings and stuff. I mean, there's a lot more of people. I'm going to guarantee you there's probably a lot more people who want toddlers and won't play the game just because there are no toddlers than there are people who are like, woo, partying and going to clubs. So you're alienating a hell of a lot more people by cutting out everything that we're used to in the game. And I'm not saying that we'll never get this stuff. Toddlers, maybe not. Maybe it's just proving too difficult for them. And that's, I mean, you know, some people are going to be really upset about that. I would be extremely upset if they were like, oh, pets is too difficult to do. And, I mean, I got to be honest, it's going to be, pets in The Sims 4 is going to be kind of sucktastic. It's already going to take a step down compared to The Sims 3 because The Sims 3, we had the color wheel. So you look at all the different things and the layers and the patterns and the things that you can do. You can't change the Sims hair in The Sims 4 like you could in Sims 3, where, okay, I can put the root color and the main color and then the tip, the ends color, and then the highlights. You had 4 different channels on most hairs that you could pick. You can't even freaking do that in this game. They can't even give kids colored hair. Kids get normal color hair. You can't even put a pink hair on your kid if you wanted it. Like, without custom content. You know what I'm saying? So it's Saturday and it's at 10, so we should probably take the kids to do something. Did we say we were going to do that last time? Aw, that's cute. You're going to hug each other, and I totally, how about we battle Void Critter against Brooke? Why don't we play? Why don't you Uzired this dude? So let's go hang out with your little sis. Because I did say we were going to totally play with the kids this episode, and here I am ranting again. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of stuff that we're missing. And yeah, I know, I do like that there are some people who are like, hey, it's not saying that we might not get it. Like, I'm going to be happy that we're getting certain packs because, cool, I like the fact that we're doing different things. And we're not, I'm not going to be pissed because we're not getting pets or seasons because we might get them later. The problem is we're going on second year, so we're pushing into the third year. We've gotten 3 expansion packs, 2. And the third one's going to be Life in the City, another hanging out young party kind of thing. Kind of similar to Windenburg, and really, I don't really know how you're going to change that. So when are we getting seasons, university generations? I've said this before. It's disheartening. And I think that's what a lot of people, especially me, are upset about. And that's what depresses me about the game. Okay, let's go on you, because then we can see all the animation thingies. She's using like a lava monster. Oh. She's like, whoo! That lava monster's making me sweat. No, she's actually sick, but... What's this? I'm bad. You know the sim is bad. I know the sim is bad. This sim especially knows that they are bad. They're going to play up their bad persona to charm their way into the hearts of other sims. This sim is so smooth, so cool, so bad, and the whole world has to answer right now. Just to tell you once again who's bad. Shimona! You know I'm bad. I'm bad. Shimona. It should be Simone. But then everyone would be like, Simone? Not understanding that it's a Michael Jackson reference. It's kind of awesome. This rebel trait. It says absolutely nothing. It's just like, rebel personality trait. They don't ever provide a description, which is kind of weird. I didn't notice that, obviously, until I installed it. But they came up with really good, with these moodlets are really good. No, Eliza. I do like the fact that the phone, comes up colors and stuff. So who won? Got wrecked. This was a sweaty match against a tryhard. Forget that. Aw, well, you also are feeling ill. And she's like, but damn. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Void Critter Victor from the Void Critter Battle. Brooke brought her A game and walked away a winner. Unlike Astrid, who walked away a wiener. Bam. Ha. What? Leave me alone, man. She's like, I totally killed her. I'm better than you. I have no idea if that's a positive relationship with the thing or not. I like the fact that she's mad about it. She's mad about getting wrecked. Why does it say go home? She's on her patio. I don't know. I like hearing the wind chimes in the back. It's pretty cool. Then my favorite is people kind of try to argue, we've got so much more stuff for The Sims 4 than we have The Sims 3. No. Learn. I understand that you're counting. We've gotten X amount of stuff packs. Yes, but stuff packs do not equal expansion packs. So 5 expansion pack, 10 stuff packs do not 5 expansion packs make. Sorry. And, we got 10 versus 5. That's like, I have 3 pennies and you have $1. I have more than you. That's not how it works, honey. You know what I mean? 3 pennies is not greater than $1 bill. Thanks. 3 may be greater than 1, but, it's quality and content. So, yeah. No. You can try to argue all you want, but you can't argue with logic. reality. I mean, you know, but I mean, like I said, I mean, I love the stuff packs, don't get me wrong. And the stuff pack team is doing a really damn good job, and they're upping their game. They, like, seriously are, because, you know, I mean, the stuff packs in the beginning was like, oh, okay, cool. Don't get me wrong, I like Cool Kitchen still. I still like, obviously, I'm still using it. You know, but was it like, whoa, this pack is amazing? It was like, not really. I think that was the first time I got one, and I was like, really? We got one countertop? One cabinet counter? One counter? But that's okay. All right. I mean, we're still doing that now, but we just get they see so many more colors, and they, you know, and it is a lot of decorative stuff. You know, perfect patio. We really got a couple of pieces of furniture. We didn't get like two different types of tables or two different styles outside. But, you know, I just feel like there's a little more effort going in, and especially with the amount of colors and things that you get and options. So, yeah, I do feel like they're upping their game and progressing, which is good. I mean, it's what we've come to expect, you know? Up the ante a little bit. I'm just disappointed with the expansion packs because, one, we don't get very many at all. Game packs do not equal out an expansion pack, and even with game packs, it's just sad. And I don't know. They get really boring after 2 months, if they even last that long. That was nice. And by nice, I mean that was just a wicked failure. That is just terrifyingly bad. So let's just kind of watch. We'll hang back here and watch and see how they both do. I mean, I want to see how she does if she does the sliding on her in heels. Like, poor Astrid can't even, like, slide on her stomach. And Hannah's over here, like, doing tricks with fucking wedges on. Monster wedges. Oh, right on her face. And Eliza's like, I'm going to leave. La la la, no one wants to hang out with me. No one must be home. Eliza walks pretty snooty for someone who, you know, is kind of lame. Oh, Hannah, you're having way too much fun with your bad self. Look, and you're actually doing good, because, I mean, your moods and everything are good, because you got to go to work, so that's cool. Hello, Mr. Cardinal. Bye, Mr. Cardinal. All right. You know, I said that, and then you just totally disappoint me. She just fell on her face. Why don't you eat that? What's Earl doing? Playing on the computer? What's she doing? Hanging out doing nothing. Oh, cool. You're going to go hang out with Astrid? Let's check it out. Let's go down and say, hi, sis. What's up, big sis? I just really wish I had more faith in, like, the expansion pack team or The Sims at all. Because, you know, and then there's other people, like, talking about, like, oh, The Sims 5 depends on how... Oh, Jesus Christ. Why would you even bother? Like, just cut your losses. You can't even make The Sims 4 work right. I mean, I love The Sims 4. Don't get me wrong. Like, I feel like the quality of the graphics, the quality of the items that we are getting lately, and The Sims themselves, like, I really love. I can't quite play the game without custom content. Don't get me wrong. I suppose I could survive if I had to, but it's one of those, like, I will fight tooth and nail to have custom content in my game. Because I've gotten used to it, and it does make the game better. But I've always been like that, even with The Sims 3 and everything, so... Even in The Sims 2. Probably in The Sims 1, I don't even remember. I mean, The Sims 1, it was like pick a head and pick a body, and I'm pretty sure that, like, No, I know even in The Sims 1, because I had Jack Sparrow in the game, and that was totally custom content. So, yeah. You know? And that's what makes it fun, you know what I mean? So... The different clothes and things, and because, like, the Sims team can't make everything, and that's why you have custom content. It does suck that in The Sims 4 custom content is constantly, like, glitching out the game just because, oh, hey, You have that random, I don't like that pillow set. I'm the game. I don't like that pillow set, so I'm going to make sure it breaks. Something completely unrelated. Okay, that makes no sense. I love how this totally matches that. Like, I could totally see, like, okay. When it comes to, like, my decor objects and certain things, I would be really excited about the life in the city as long as we have apartments and you can have multiple Sims living in it. Why would you do that? Okay, I actually get you do have to use the bathroom, so that does make sense. But, like, the door was shut. I just walk right in. Oh, are you peeing? You couldn't hear her through the door? We do only have one bathroom in this house, don't we? So, I mean, it makes sense that you would walk in, but, you know. Whatever. We should probably actually put one upstairs in here. We should probably put, like, a little one. Like, we could probably, like, wall this off and just put in a tiny, like, just, like, a toilet. You know, just, I don't know. Or, like, a little shower or something up there. Make it a little bit bigger. You know what I mean? Like, we could probably put in a sink and a shower and a toilet. Figure it out. I don't know. She's gonna go. Oh, is she gonna go hide in the closet? Aw. But yeah, if apartments were cooler than they were in The Sims 3, because in The Sims 3 it was like kind of sad, because it was just like buying a house. Like, what fun is that? But I see like some of the custom content I have and the stuff. I'm kind of gonna have fun designing like a loft apartment or something. You know what I mean? Like, I think it would be really fun. So, I mean, yeah, I could work with that. I could work with the city expansion pack. And it's not that, I mean, I think it's just the initial reaction is like, oh, okay, it's more partying and hanging out in the city and having city life and not having a family. I don't necessarily know why we had babies and kids in The Sims 4. I really don't. Because you really, they're almost pointless. It's like, seriously, I would not have been surprised at this point if they were like, you know, we're just going to take babies, kids, and teenagers out, and our life state's going to be like young adult, adult, and elder. Or just young adult. There's no life state. You're just always a young adult forever. Because that's kind of how the gameplay really is. There's not a lot for any other kind of style. But, okay. I mean, I'm trying to work with the mirror. Like, okay, I see that, you know, let's just say you're starting out as a young adult. You get a job. Hey, get to work. And you might join some groups and make some friends. Oh, get together. You know, you enjoy your life hanging out in the city, like Sex in the City or something, if that's what you're interested in. So, woo, at partying in the city. And then maybe you meet someone in this club that you're in and you get married and then have kids. Okay, well, let's progress. And then we'll do generations and seasons and throw some stuff in. But, you know, I mean, the rate we're getting expansion packs, it's like The Sims 4 is going to be long dead before we get a third of the content that we got in the first year of The Sims 3. So I'm just, I don't know. I don't really know how they're... But I love how, I mean, I know that there's a lot of people that bitch and whine. And I am one of them. Like, I do throw my temper tantrums and bitch and whine. But I hope that, for the most part, people realize that when I'm... Yes, I feel strongly about the fact that we're lacking some content. But there's a logic behind it. It's not like, swear to God, we don't have toddlers or seasons, and this sucks. I mean, it sucks. But, you know, I try to understand, like, yeah, seasons could be difficult. And maybe toddlers are difficult, and that sucks. And it's always going to suck. And it's going to be one of those, like, I get it, I do. But I still complain about when they screw up the coding behind things, even though I'm like, I know, I shouldn't. I understand that once you fix one little thing, like, yay, I fixed this so it doesn't break, but 10 other things broke. My life. I get it. I do. I really do. It's hard to understand sometimes when you're not the one dealing with it, even though you know it exists and you deal with it yourself on a daily basis and other extents. I work in IT. I know these things, but It's just, I mean, I don't make games, so game development is definitely not my forte here. But I understand that you fix one thing and something else breaks, and I know that's how it goes. It's different when it's not your exact world. Even though logically you know what happens, you're still like, oh, I'm still gonna be mad about games breaking because I don't want to think about like I don't want to think about like all the problems that they face dealing with these things when I'm playing a game that's supposed to be for my enjoyment, you know? But I try to understand. So, maybe certain things are really hard to code and it does take a long time. But, I mean, there is a logic behind a lot of my complaints, and that's because I'm not going to sit here and whine and complain that we're getting another hanging out having fun pack. If it was like 6 months into The Sims and this was our third expansion pack and we're getting one like every other month or even every 3 months or something, or once a quarter, you know? Hey, that would have been free. Okay, fine, Twice a year, even. I mean, we're not going to get as much content in twice a year, but even twice a year, it'd be like, okay, well, it's just frustrating because there's certain ones that I would really love to see and I don't want to wait till the end of the game to get them. But when it's two expansion packs in 2 years and we're getting one a year, and we might not even get one this literal calendar year, bite me because that's how I feel about it. Like, that is where I get angry, and because logic shows that we don't have the same amount, and that's where it gets frustrating, And I don't think a lot of people kind of realize that because, or if a lot of people do have those complaints, it's more like they're going to complain about why are all the lights on? Auto lights. All lights. There we go. It's more like I'm going to complain because I don't have the things that I want. I want to complain because I don't have the things that I want. But at the same time, I could legit say, okay, well, pets and seasons and things like that do come later on in The Sims. It's not like they were the first packs ever and now we don't have them. Or like, well, okay, university is one of the earlier packs and we don't have it yet. So, okay, I'm a little concerned about that if university is something that I really want. But that's not even the issue. It's just the lack of what we've gotten for what we used to get. That's where the problems arise. But I don't think a lot of people are really good at vocalizing that or realizing that and accepting that and saying, I'm doing the math and they've given us 25 cents in pennies. We got 25 pennies versus a $5 bill. And there's so many people that are like, dude, we got 25 versus 1. And it's like, yes, but 25 penny pieces and a $5 bill is vastly different. And, so I don't think people are actually stopping to think about it and going, wait a minute. If you were giving us 25 $1 bills versus one $5 bill, yes, that is freaking different, but it's not working out that way. And I don't think they're getting more upset about things, especially like not having toddlers and being ragingly angry about it than saying logically, hey, you know what? I understand if they're difficult, and I understand that you can't really tell us that you're making them. I really wish that you could tell us you are working on them and you're trying, but you're having difficulties, because that would at least make me feel assured that, hey, if they don't happen, it's because you tried your best and it didn't work out, and that sucks, but I'd understand, versus, we're never going to give them to you, but we want you to hang on and play the game because we're money-grubbing assholes. That's a big difference. I mean, I'm not saying that's what they're doing, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, I can understand, but people don't say things rationally. And I really hope that when I'm making my complaints and bitching about the game and the lack of content, it doesn't come across completely as, like, me whining and being upset about it. It's more like, yes, there is upset here because it's, I do have expectations and I want those to be met, and I'm disappointed that they're not being met. But there's also a logic behind why I'm disappointed, not just like, why don't we have pets? I really want pets, and I'm afraid that we're never going to get them because we're getting, like, you know? And that's sad. And yes, there are times where I'm going to rage and be completely angry and pissed off, but I feel like I try to at least sometimes have conversations like this with pretty much myself, but you guys. It's a one-sided conversation because you can't really reply. But, to say, like, this is why it's upsetting. And it's really hard sometimes, especially if you're posting a comment somewhere, it comes across as like whiny when it's really not. Like, yes, there is an edge to it that's whining because it's a complaint and it's a gripe, but there's a logic behind it because I'm comparing these 25 pennies that we've gotten compared to a $5 bill that we had in The Sims 3 at the same time. At 25 cents does not equal $5. Like, it's not matching up, and that's where the concern and the frustration and the fear that this game is tanking is, And I never felt this way. I didn't feel this way from the very beginning. I was like, this game is 10 times better, and I don't understand why people are complaining, and it's so awesome. And now I'm like, wait, now I get it, because I'm starting to do the math now, as opposed to just be like, oh, it's new, and it's fun, and it's great, and it's like, but I'm bored. And I hate to say that, but I'm bored. I have like 9 series going right now, and I have several ideas. We know, all of the plans that I have and the different series, but it's like, it's really boring. Like, I'm really struggling to keep going. Like, some days I come in, like, I've had a lot of fun today recording stuff and like playing with my families and coming up with stories, and things are working out with the stories, but I'm like, what happens when I run out of stories? Or like, I feel bad because there are some games where, like today, we could have done so much more, except for me, like, just rambling on. But I feel like that's the thing. I either got to ramble on about stuff, talk about like how, oh, hey, I would love to do this kind of game, or this game, or here's some ideas that I have. Because otherwise, what we do is, oh, so Earl's walking in here. What you doing, Earl? Oh, he's cool. He's going to play with the llama toy. Hannah's sleeping. Okay, maybe she should go have fun. And that's all we do, because I don't have a story in my mind at the time, or it's not just fitting, and I got nothing, and there's nothing to do. And like, I don't want to be recording a series where this is literally all we're doing. Like, so she's eating a hot dog. Ooh, she needs to take a bath. Let's go make her take a bath. How freaking boring is that? So I am sorry that I do. Let's get lavender foam. That sounds fun. So I am sorry that I do kind of like ramble on about like my thoughts and kind of gripes and complaints and, fears about the game. But it's either that or we literally are bored out of our mind, because unfortunately that's just how things go, like. And I think part of it too is like I'm kind of trying to wind down on this one anyway, because I know it's only going to be a few more parts, and I don't want to like get totally invested in having stories when it's like, oh, never mind, we're done. Like, to me, my mind is like, okay, we're pretty much done on this one. We're just biding our time. So that's why there's not a lot going on, because we completed the challenge. I mean, we built this house. We didn't have to have Brooke and make the extensions that we did, but we did that. And like, we got plenty of money, and not plenty. I mean, we got 54,000 simoleons, but that's more than I have in the bag, for God's sakes. I don't even know a fraction of that in my bag. But you know what I mean? So they got no problem paying their bills, and like Earl and Hannah have a job. I mean, like, their lives are complete, and we could have ended this weeks ago, Because, I mean, we're just kind of, in a way, in this one, we're just going through the motions until Hannah becomes like a young adult. Astrid becomes a young adult. So, yeah, that's kind of why I do my like rambling in this one and other ones. But it's sad because it is getting kind of boring because there's not a lot of gameplay. And part of it is because the gameplay that they've introduced doesn't really interest me. Like, yay, let's go hang out at clubs. Bored with that, over it. And I do that in other games, but whatever. I don't really care about running a restaurant or owning a shop or going to work with my Sims, because I'm long over that kind of crap, even though they just introduced Dine Out. It's like, I got over that by the time, like, Get to Work was like a month old. I had 2 series for Get to Work, and I was really over the jobs long before, like, we were Even in the X-Files, it's like, okay, I went to work with him a couple of days, I'm over it. Like, I am over it. So, there's nothing to do, and life in the city will be fun for like a month, and then we'll be over it, and then we get to wait another whole year before they give us anything. You know? Except for a game pack, which will probably be just as pointless, because, I don't know. So yeah, I mean, I'm sad because, I don't know. I'm just sad, man. I do love this game, but they make it, I think they're trying to make us not like it. I think they're trying to, like, kind of be like, we want people to, like, still buy all the stuff we're going to put out. So we want you to, like it, but kind of hate it at the same time. So that when there's no Sims 5, you're not, like, weeping in the aisle like someone died. You're like, yeah, well, I saw that coming because this game sucks. And you're kind of okay with it. Like, I think they're trying to, like, they're trying to break up with us nicely. They're like, we're going to make you hate us so that you break up with us. And you don't feel bad about it. Like, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this part up here. Astrid has 3 days, so she'll probably get to 2 days when we get to the next part. So we have 3 parts left. I'm not quite sure. We'll see when we get there, but yeah, I wouldn't expect it to go too much longer because I probably feel like, really depending on where we are, not in the next part, but the part after that, so 2 parts from now, we might just age her up at the end and call it quits, even if she technically has a little bit of time left, because I don't want it to be like, oh, we just start a part, and then it's her birthday, and we played for 5 minutes. You know what I mean? I kind of want to end it on, like, here's her birthday, she's a young adult, awesome, great, goodbye, we're done. So I would say 2 parts, probably, is most likely what's going to happen. I doubt we'll get 3, but anyway. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more. And I'm really sorry I griped the whole time.